Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to do Leetcode daily challenge reverse vowel of a string. So with this blank string, yeah. Let us first let us first read the question. Then after that we will be going ahead with the solution. Before the solution, we will be checking for constraints and how required to check for this example, and then further coding the code. Today I will be doing live coding only. I mean, it's not live session, but yeah. It is sort of like coding. Means nothing is written there, right? So that's all. Okay. So reverse vowel of a string. Given a string S, reverse only all the vowels in the string and return the vowel A, E, I, O, U, and they can appear in both lower and upper cases, and that also more than once. So constraint is the string that is S which is being given to us. It can go up to 10 raised to power 5. I don't know why they have written 3. But the exponential limit is 5. Means 10 raised to the power 5 it can go. And this consists of printable ASCII characters. So that simply refers to the term lower, upper, or any other ASCII character value would be present there. Things which could be printed. So any sort of ASCII value would be present there. But we are concerned with only vowels. And vowels here could be lowercase also and uppercase also, as they are mentioned. Had they mentioned? Yeah, they have mentioned here. And it could be more than once also in a particular string. So now let us go ahead and check that, not check, but through this example only, let us take this example, hello, and it could. Okay, let us go ahead. The first example is hello, right? So its output should be something like this. Means O and L are only vowels, right? And they are required to be reversed. So its output would be this. And our second example, which is there is Leetcode. So it is lead and then code, and its output would be L as it is. Then this E and E, which are there, so they are basically reversed, means swapped. And then, so both of them are swapped. Then T as it is, C as it is, then swapped one, then D and E as it is. So this is our output. So here also you can clearly see that all the vowels which are being there, they are somehow swapped, or means just to reverse all of them. There's type of swapping them, means whatever at the end and whatever at the start. So like that we are going ahead, and because of that we are getting the answer. But the thing is, like, because we are reversing, so first thing which comes to our mind is, and it is only concerned with the vowels. So first thing which comes to our mind is like, what is that sort of data structure where we can do things like that. We put anything inside the same and we get that element which has occurred at last. So that data structure would be stuck, right? Because it follows that LIFO manner, last in, first out. And because of that fact only, for using this tag, we will be pushing that E and that O in this tag, and then when we means first we will be pushing all the vowels which are being there, and then we are required to traverse this particular string which is there again. And after traversing this string again, then we will be having means then whenever we encounter any vowel, at that moment we will be popping out from the stack. So like this manner, H would be as it is, and now we encountered E, which was vowel. Means this was after the first traversal, and this we which we will be getting. This would be at a second traversal. Here two pass solution it would be. And here when we encounter that E, so we pop from the stack and it was O, right? And then L and then L, which are what we say, consonants which are there. And then again encounter this vowel. So this element was left in stack. So here we got, and that's how we got our final answer. So basically, for using this solution, it will be of time complexity order of n, which consists of pushing and popping to stack, means stack operation, and traversing that string, and the space complexity would be also order of n because of this stack only. So that's how this first solution would be. And let us see, can we optimize this solution or not? So this was about both order of n, time complexity and space complexity. Now let us check that how we can go ahead with the same solution in some other manner. Like at the starting while explaining, at that moment I got in my mind, okay, I got in my mind like what we exactly are doing. We are first checking that what is the first vowel which is there and what is this last vowel which is there, right? And then we are basically swapping both of them. That we were doing, right? And because of this only, the thing which comes to mind is that we can use some two pointer sort of thing only, right? So that's why this particular nice solution, this could boil down to time complexity would be order of n only. But the space complexity that we could use order of 1. So that's how we can modify this solution to much more what you can say optimized way. We can't make it much more optimized. Order of n is the one because we are required to traverse this, else it could have been also order of 1 time complexity as well. Now let us go ahead that how we can do that. So the first thing which we will be doing is we will be first checking that first occurrence of vowel and the last occurrence of vowel. These two things we will be checking. And after this particular thing, then we are required to swap them because we figure out the same. And fourth, moving ahead, repeat above steps. That is what we are going to do. So this is the thing which should be in our mind. And accordingly, we are required to code this particular solution. Now let us first go ahead with this particular solution is coding of this solution, and then we will be going at coding of this solution. So let us today do both of them. So I hope screen is perfectly visible. Okay. So now let us go ahead with coding part of the first solution. So I was saying that we can take a stack. Now comes the part that what sort of stack it could be. Means data type of that stack. So we will be keeping data type of that stack as char and let it be st representing the initial words of stack. Okay. So for uh, char c in s, now at this moment we are just taking that particular char, and then here this if condition will indicate that it is a vowel or what it is. Because we are using for if, so we can directly check that if c equals to a, or this is really something which requires doing same thing. No issues. C equals to a, e, I, o, C equals to u, because they have mentioned that we there could be lower also and upper also. So that's why we are required to have all of them which are there. Okay, it was by this. Okay, C equals to that uppercase U. So if it is any one of them, right? So what we will be doing? So at that moment only we will be pushing that to our stack. Else it will usually go ahead. That would be the scenario here. And this is our first thing which we will be doing in this particular first for loop. And now in our second pass, what we will be doing here is again now we will be checking this thing. We but this time we are just whatever is at the top of our stack, we will be assigning that particular because we are required to assign now, right? So rather than using this for if loop, uh, for each loop, let us use that other loop int I equals to 0, I less than s dot size, I plus plus. So here's thing would be s of I. So that is the thing here. Now what we are required to do, s of I equals to st dot top, and at that moment only we will be doing st dot top because we don't want to use that particular element again, right? So this is the thing which we will be doing here, and at the end we will be returning that string as it is. So now let us check that if this works or not. It should work. Yeah. So it worked, and let us just submit this particular. Oh, wrong answer. It is showing wrong answer. Okay. If any one of this is there in that S of I, you should check with this self top only. Right? It is showing wrong answer. O and E. Either of them. Yes. Wait, let us use this only rather than using that for each loop. So there will be some problem with the same, but don't know, 5% like that. I'll figure out and read more about the same. Although it shouldn't be any issue with this for each loop. Don't know why it is showing. Believe it is having issue. So, right. So seriously weird. It's like already it is there. E E I O U A then E then I then O and then U. Okay. And if we encountered any vowel, and at that moment only we are required to check for this st.top and then push that to a s of I, and then after that we will be emptying that that stack. We are already following the right process. Why it is behaving like this? Okay, let it be. We will debug this particular at later point. Let us go ahead with our other solution. That is that two pointer solution which is there. I'll check it. From my side, there is no issues with the same. Okay. So now here for the two pointer approach. Now comes the part that how we are going to move ahead for the same. So first we are required to check for whatever left is there and the right which would be there. We are basically using the opposite positioned pointers. So this is how the things would be, and as we are starting from zero indexing, so our first index would lie at this particular position. So that's how we are going to, and as we are using opposite pointers, so that's why we are required to keep the check of this. And now at this point, first we will be checking to get our first what we say first vowel. So here let us first make some other me. You can clearly see that here we use the same thing two times. Try to use it same time, means two times. Let us directly make a function for same is vowel. So here it will be getting some character. Let us say it's C, and we will be returning according to this only. We can directly return. Means we can say return this, and it will check that if any of these condition is true, so it will return. And Now, if that returns true, then file. Okay. So here we will be first checking that if start is basically greater than or equal to 0, that should be the scene. And but it will be going good with that left one only, right? So we're not required to check for this that it is greater than 0. We are required to check that it should be less than rs dot size. That should be the criteria. And is vowel should be there. It's not a vowel basically. Here we will be just checking for the first position where we get a first vowel. Hmm. And here we will be putting a rest of left. Until this criteria goes on, okay, not the start but the left. Hmm. So here, if that is the case, then we will be doing left plus plus. And same we are required to do for our right thing also. While right here we will be checking for greater than 0. Why we are checking for greater than or equal to 0? Because here we will be doing minus minus. So from right hand side it will be going towards the left hand side. And here again we will be checking is not is vowel. And then s of right we will be giving to the same. And then here we will be doing right minus minus. So that is the thing which we will be doing here. And from these we will be getting left and right both of them, right? So we will be swapping both of them, that s of left which is there, comma s of right which is there. So that's the thing which we are going to do here. So and this thing we will be keeping this check as well, because there might be a condition because of this left plus plus only. We can encounter the condition that we get out of bound. So that's why we are required to keep that condition as well. And then at the end, just return that s which is there. So this would be the thing. And as here already the time complexity which is there, that although it is order of n, but the space complexity reduces to order of n. Oh, sorry, 1. Oh, yes. So we are just required to compare with that c. That I still need to check. Like, why it is not looking me? It is already a right solution, that previous one which is there. Again, it is not working for this particular only. I don't know why. Seriously. Okay, so in this also it is just given for this test case. I don't know why it is giving for the same. And here that a TLE was there because we just here it should be if rather than while. And also here it should be incrementing. It was basically stuck at this point only when we were using that while. So that's why here it was required with if and also the increment thing. But it is still giving this as the wrong answer. I don't know that what the bug here is in actual. Let me if I compare the same which I have, because earlier also I have done this and it already got accepted and the solution was same, this one only. Hmm, let me better use the previous accepted solution only. If I use that one only, you will clearly see all of them are the same. So here, if I comment this particular, this is the previous one which got accepted. These the things are already same. Here, all the conditions which are there. Okay, got it. Got the mistake. That is such a minor mistake, which we have seen earlier as well. Here's the mistake. Now this test plate should also be accepted. Wow, what a mistake. Brilliant mistake, seriously. So it was just a minor mistake, else everything was fine because that was the only thing I was thinking like whole algorithm is perfectly fine, then where it is making all this. So now it's advisable to cross check each and everything when it is having some test case like this. That's why it could give even any mistake like that. Earlier we were doing that while mistake here, which by logic it should be if only, not while. Because we are just required to check that if our left is less than right or not. That was the only thing. And here increment is important because here we will be getting that particular which is uh, which is the first one which is the vowel, right? But we are also required to increment it so that now we can go ahead with the next one which is not a vowel. Then only it will enter this and it will enter this file loop else it won't. That's why we are required to increment here and decrement here. So that was the thing. And time complexity, space complexity, I've already explained. And so this was all for this particular question. In lead code, I got so many wrong answers because of this thing. Single mistake only. Else everything was fine. But yeah, now it is a lesson for me. I shouldn't do the same. Okay, so this was all for this particular video. If you have any doubt, you can comment that down. I hope you won't be having any doubt because of this fact, the way I have explained this by coding side by side. And yeah, if you like the explanation, then please do like the video, subscribe to my channel, and also do share among your friends. So this was all. Thank you.